Hi and welcome to today's Time to Grow. I'm Mike Shinton. I want to talk to you today about the third lesson that I got in what I call my 4 attitudes to success that were given to me after my big life crash. And today's lesson I want to share with you is humility. And I want to tell you why it was such an important lesson for me, and it was a really important lesson. Back in my old days, in my wilderness years, as I call them, I used to always come from a place of arrogance. I always used to think I knew best. I never really thought I needed to go to anybody else for help and advice. I always thought I was the one who knew it all. And I used to see arrogance as a great strength. But I know now that arrogance is one of the biggest weaknesses. I know where it took me, and I never want to go back to living in arrogance again. And to my way of thinking, arrogance and humility are two opposite ends of the same spectrum. Back in those days, I would have seen humility as one of the biggest weaknesses. It never have occurred to me that being humble was a strength. But I know now that humility is one of the most empowering attitudes that anybody can have. When I live in humility, it means that I can laugh at myself. I don't take myself too seriously. It means I can hold my hand up and say sorry and be really genuine about it. It means I can hold my hand up and say, hey, I made a mistake. And again, be really genuine about it. But also, it also means that whoever I meet in life, no matter what their station in life, I don't see anybody as above me or below me. I see us all on the same level. Because I really and truly believe that the human race, we're one big organism, and we should be working in harmony with each other, not in competition with each other. And the more connected we feel, and humility really aids that connection with other people, it is such an attractive behaviour and attitude to exhibit and to have. The more connected we feel, the more effective we are in operating in all areas of our lives. So the other thing about humility is that humility cannot coexist with ego. And I know from personal experience and the experience of working with a lot of other people that ego is such a disempowering place to be, a disempowering place to live from. And I'll tell you why. Ego is the thing within me, within you, that tells us that we're separate from each other, and we're not, we're connected. But moreover, ego tells us that we are what we have, it tells us that we are what we do, and it tells us that we are what other people think of us. Now think of those 3 points. If we are what we have, and what we have is taken away from us, who are we? If we are what we do, and we don't do it any longer, who are we? And if we are what other people think of us, and people give us bad opinions back, aren't we giving our power away, our internal power, to them, to somebody external to us? It's a really bad place to be. And we all live in ego to a certain extent, but the more we live in humility, the more difficult it is to get into ego. So my challenge to you today is simply this. I want you to go away and spend the next few minutes and ask yourself 3 questions. The first one is, how easy do I find it to laugh at myself? The second one is, how easy do I find it to hold up my hands and say sorry? And the third one is, how easy do I find it to hold up my hands and say, I made a mistake? And if the answer to any one or maybe all 3 of those questions is not so easy, commit to do something about it today and see what a difference it makes to your day.